Hello, everyone, and welcome to another match preview episode on Football Talk Podcast. My name is Ozzy, and I'm the host of the channel. After a fantastic win against West Ham in the Carabao Cup last night, the spirits are high in the Liverpool camp, and Arne Slot will have a good headache in terms of team selection, as there's a few players that have shown some great form recently, in particular Luis Diaz and Cody Gakpo. Liverpool's opponent this week in the Premier League match week 6 is Wolverhampton's, aka Wolves, who have not had the best of starts, to say the least. They are currently bottom of the table, but at the same time, we've put some context into their form. They've had a tough run of fixtures, facing Arsenal in the opening day. Then they faced Chelsea, where they got annihilated 6-2, claimed a point against Forest, and then they narrowly lost to Newcastle, which was 2-1, and faced a tough opposition in Aston Villa recently, who have been in fantastic form, where they lost 3-1. Unfortunately, it doesn't get any easier for Wolves, as they've got their work cut out this Saturday. Liverpool, on the other hand, have 4 wins and a defeat to their name so far this season. But what's pleasing for me is the number of goals that we've conceded, or should I say goal, as only the one, and that was against Forest in our defeat. We also have 10 goals to our name, and with only Man City and Chelsea scoring more than us. So we've had a great start to the season, and hopefully we can continue our good run of play at the Molyneux this weekend. So let's move on and go through the team news and see who's available for that selection. So for Liverpool, Alisson is expected to be back in training this week, but with muscle injuries, you never want to rush someone into first team action right away. So it's highly doubtful that he will start in this fixture, but we could see him in contention to play next week against Crystal Palace. Harvey Elliott is a medium-term injury, as he'll be out until end of October / beginning of November, so quite a few weeks away from returning to action. And that's the only update we have. Arne Slot has a press conference tomorrow morning, so I'm sure we'll get some further updates with regards to the squad. For Wolves, Kalazovic, Enzo Gonzalez, and Boubacar Traore are not available for this fixture. Totti Gomez was unavailable in the last fixture due to a hamstring injury, but I believe he's returned to injury and he could be in contention to start in this fixture. So what we'll do today, we will predict the lineup, and let's go with the home team, which is Wolverhampton, and then we can take it from there. So as you can see on top of the graphic on the right side, I've selected the formation as a 4-4-1-1. I will alter it a little bit, as I was trying to go for a 4-1-4-1, which is what Wolves normally play or have been playing recently, but the website I'm using does not have that formation listed. So the reason I've gone for that formation, I feel like it gives them a bit of stability in the middle of the park, but at the same time, this gives them an extra body to cause Liverpool some issues, and they can have a more of a compact backline as well. So they have been playing different formations. They've played 4-2-3-1 formation. They've also played a 4-4-1-1, which you can see on the screen, but I think they'll go for a 4-1-4-1. That's probably down to their new signing, Andre, who's a specialist number 6. We all know his name. We were linked with him last summer. That move never materialized. So now he's a Wolves player. So let's see how he does in this fixture. So in terms of the team selection, I'm going to go with Sam Johnson in goal. I actually thought he was brought in to be backup, but he's definitely had a great impact and has presented a good impression towards the coach, which is Gary O'Neill. So yeah, he gets a stake in the first team. So he replaces Jose Sarr as the main goalkeeper. The back line will probably be Aït-Nouri as a left back, a player that I really like, and a player that, I'm sure Liverpool have eyes on, just due to the fact that he fits the profile that we need going forward. Have I spelled his name wrong? Let me look. Oh, it's because of the symbols on his name. So there we go. I know he's there. So I think he'll play left back. And I know he's played as a wing back, and he's also even played as a wing at times, where he's played left midfield. So definitely a player to look out for, a player that I really like. could be one on the cards. We were strongly linked to him in the summer. Nothing really came away. I don't think left back was a priority position for Liverpool, but I assume it will be possibly next year. In terms of the right back, I believe it will be Semedo instead of Doherty. I think Semedo offers a bit more up top, and he's played a good run of games we've seen, so I expect him to stay in the firing lineup. In terms of the centre back position, I'm going to go with Mosquera. Excuse me, Mosquera. Is that him? No, it's this one. So Colombian defender, which I'm sure Luis Diaz will be excited to go up against his compatriot there. Alongside him, last week it was Dawson, but I think they might go for Totti Gomez, who's a very interesting player, very strong on the ball, left-footed. If I can find him, it is with a Z. Let's type in Wolves. Not sure why he's not here. Tomatoes. There you go. He goes on the name of Totti. But without, I went with the spelling of the Italian legend there. So yeah, that's one T in his name there. And he's a good player, left-footed, can play left back. So I did consider him to be a left back option. But when I reveal my full lineup, you'll probably see why I think Wolves will go with this lineup, or maybe I'm giving them some ideas of a lineup that they should do against Liverpool. So that is the back four. Now, in terms of the midfield, I'm going to do this player first because I need to alter his position. It's not Andrew, it's Andre. If I can find him, let's have a look. Wolves. I'm not sure what his surname is. Otherwise, I would have typed in his surname. Totti, Bellegarde. There we go. Andre. He's been listed there. No physical photo. So he will play as a number 6. It'll be interesting to see how he does. I know we were linked with him last summer quite heavily. We had some fans watching Copa America Cups. Sorry, not Copa America, Libertadores matches. 1 a.m., 2 a.m. So, yeah, the scout watch was definitely in full effect last summer, or last year, I should even say, because we were linked to him in January as well. So, no, that move never happened. Whether he was on the radar, I think he was. I think he was heavily scouted, but it was probably just one of many names rather than him being a priority sign. Otherwise, I'm sure we could have completed the deal. But yeah, that Wolves, which is a good club, and another midfielder that we were also linked with last year is João Gomez. We were actually linked to him this summer as well. I've actually been very impressed with how he's settled into the Premier League. Only just signed in January, but yeah, he's definitely got something about him. We were actually linked to him in the summer, and I thought, you know what? I wouldn't mind him as a sort of stopgap signing for, an elite player in the future. And he's young. He's not like an old, experienced player. He's definitely got the legs to roam around the pitch. Very good with the tackle, and he can play a bit as well. So, Wolves scored a goal the other day where he dummied the ball, and then Lamina scored, hitting the back of the net from short range. But that shows his quality, where he's fully aware, even from an attacking point of view. So yeah, he's an all-round player. So definitely one that I'll be intrigued to see in action. Alongside him, I'll just mention his name is Lamina. So that will be the midfield 3. Now, in terms of the 2 wingers in this formation, I'm going to go with Bellegarde. I've actually been very impressed with him. He looks a good player, has a fantastic shot on him. So that's something we need to be on the lookout for, to make sure that we're able to block any chances that he produces. He's very energetic, good ball carrier. So he will cause us havoc on that right side. But I feel like he'll have a bit more free role where he will come a bit more infield and then try and shoot from distance. And then you've got João Gomez covering the ground, or you've got Andre doing the same thing. And then you've got in terms of rotation, interchange there as well. So no, I think he will be a player that we need to be wary of, in my opinion. And on the left wing, I'm going to go for Cunha. Player very versatile, can play as a 10, can play as a striker, and can play on either wing. And I feel like left wing would be the right role for him in terms of this team. I feel like he would definitely bring something to the table. Scored last week, hitting a fantastic shot, literally around this area, posting in. So this would be his area where he's going to roam around and trying to cause Liverpool defense issues. Up top, I'm going to go with the new signing, and that is Larson. He looks impressive to me, to be honest with you. I mentioned earlier on in terms of the team that they've not had the best of times in terms of the opening games of the Premier League. But they've shown glimpses that there is some good players in this team. They do play some decent football. It's just that defensively they're not quite there. And I feel like just things haven't clicked. And obviously they've had to face tough oppositions in the opening 5 games. So, it was always going to be a long road for them in terms of gaining points in the opening couple of months. But, they need to try and do what they can. And in terms of their survival hopes, I think they'll probably survive just about. They do have some talented players. But this is a very interesting lineup. I feel like Cunha, he'll definitely be one to look out for. Proper live wire, very silky on the ball, attacks the lines very well, and he has a decent shot on him. And then you've got João Gomez, who will be an energetic box-to-box midfielder. Bellegarde will come in field and shoot from distance. Has a great shot on him too. He scored a banger already this season. So now those are the players that we need to look out for. And I'd even put in Aït-Nouri there. If he's given a bit more of a free road, then he's more than capable of becoming an inverted player and causing impact for Liverpool. So that is my predicted lineup for Wolves. Drop a comment and let me know what you guys think. So now we can switch over to the Liverpool lineup. So as I mentioned earlier, I don't think Alisson is ready to start this fixture. So that would mean that Kelleher remains in the team. And he had a good performance against West Ham. So yeah, definitely will be playing if Alisson is not available. On the right side, Trent gets his position back after being absent in the Carabao Cup, which was the right decision. I feel like rotation was required for a lot of players in this Liverpool team. Konate, also one of them, he got a rest the other day. So Konate in defense, and then Van Dijk, who's also on the bench, he returns to the lineup. And then Robertson made a small cameo at the end, but he is expected to start, and it looked really energetic. So good cameo from him against Wolves. Against West Ham, and hopefully he can have an impact against Wolves. Double pivot, we have to reinstate the 2 best midfielders that we have, and that is Gravenberch and McAllister. So that's my double pivot there. This is where it gets a bit tricky in terms of who Arne Slot will select, or who I think he will select. Salah is pretty much a shoo-in, and he will start in this fixture. I don't think Chiesa is in a position to take his place for this fixture. Chiesa still looks like he needs a bit more game time in order to find his full fitness. And then very impressed with Jota's performance yesterday against West Ham, scoring 2 goals, almost got a hat-trick. He looks really good at it, and his link-up play and even his through balls very impressive. So I'm going to give Szoboszlai another opportunity to show his qualities as a player, but his position is definitely under the microscope now. So he needs to really deliver and stand out in order to continue playing as Liverpool's number 10, because it's a role that I'm sure a lot of players would like to take in this team, but also in terms of thinking long term, if Szoboszlai doesn't hit the ground running or he doesn't live up to his potential this season, the club may look elsewhere and try to find a ready-made replacement. And unfortunately, that pushes him down the pecking order. But that's more of a long-term thinking there. But I think for this fixture, Arsenal will bring back Szoboszlai to the lineup. This is the interesting one. Do you go for Goldie Gakpo or do you go for Luis Diaz? It's a flip of a coin, if I'm being brutally honest. Whoever starts, I'm not going to be like, oh, the other guy should have started. It's whatever Arsenal believes is the right player to start this fixture. So I'm going to go Diaz. I think Diaz will start in this game, but I expect Cody Gakpo to start in the following game as we have a Champions League fixture on is it Tuesday or Wednesday? Let me double check, because that could also determine team selection. So we've got the fixture on Wednesday. So I expect him to start. I think Arsenal will have him reserved for that team or that fixture, I should say, rather than playing in this team right now. So that's the advanced three, and then up top, it's not Darwin Núñez, it has to be Jota. After that fantastic game yesterday against West Ham, he deserves to get his place back in the team. So that is my predicted lineup. Drop a comment and let me know what you guys think. In terms of my score prediction, I know it's away from home, but I'm very positive in terms of how Liverpool have played so far this season. So I'm going to go for a Liverpool win, and I think it will be a big scoreline just because I feel like there's a lot of uncertainty within the Wolves defence. They're certainly missing Kilman, who they sold to West Ham. So for me, I'm going to give a scoreline of 3-0 to Liverpool, and the scores will be Diaz, Jota, and McAllister. So that's my predicted lineup, and that's also my score prediction. Before we wrap up the show, just go through some of the comments here, and for Uncle Ross says, yes, bro. How are you? I'm all good, thank you, Uncle Ross. Hope you are doing well today as well. And he's also commenting saying Bradley, so he expects Bradley to start in this one. I personally go for Trent unless I've missed something and there's been news that Trent's not available. But if everyone is fit, I would go for Trent Alexander-Arnold in this fixture. And then Philip, he said, Ozzy, hope you're good. All good, Philip. Thank you for your comment. Thank you for tuning. Hope you're doing well today as well. So that is it in terms of the show, guys. Thank you so much for tuning in. If you haven't already, please don't forget to like, comment, share, and subscribe. In terms of upcoming content, I'll be doing a live watch along on Saturday for this game. I'll start my stream around 5:20 p.m. It's a 5:30 kickoff, and then we'll also do a match reaction show later in the evening. Time to be confirmed, possibly either 10 p.m. or 11 p.m. UK time. So the best thing to do is hit that notification bell, and also follow me on social media for all the latest updates. You can follow me at OZZIE'S on Instagram, Threads, and TikTok. So yes, that is it for today, guys. Thank you so much for tuning in. Take care, stay safe, and I hope to see you all very, very soon. Goodbye.